Okay, so today we'll be talking about innovations shaping the future of African food in the African continent. And before we start, I'd like us to introduce ourselves in the chat box. Let us know where you're chatting from. Let us know how many of us are on this call. Kindly drop a message on the chat box introducing yourself, your name, your company, your organization, and where you're connecting from, so we can engage in the chat box. Thank you. I can see Anna in the chat box. Thank you, Anna. Joining from Ghana. She's our facilitator for today. Hi, Ruby. Thank you for typing that. So in a few minutes, I will take us through the agenda and what we have in line for today. Let's keep the conversation going in the chat box. Thank you. As we all know, the first Thursday is for connecting, for getting insight into what is happening in the agri-food space. And by doing so, we would need to connect more with other entrepreneurs in the building and also hear from industry experts on how we can leverage information and knowledge to scaling our agri-businesses. Having said that, I will take us through the agenda for today. So we have in line for today, we start with the round of introduction, and we will also send out a poll to know more about our company and where you're chatting from. Also, we have the opportunities for you. At AFC, we are keen on sharing opportunities at our entrepreneurs, opportunities from capacity building to event to networking opportunities to data resources that our entrepreneurs can leverage to scale their businesses. Then we talk about what we do at African Food Chain Makers. Then we will dive into the speaker session where we introduce the speakers and also have the presentation and open the floor for question and answer. Then we also connect with our entrepreneurs and potential members. Then we take our next steps and also the closing. So like I said, let us introduce ourselves in the chat box. Today is going to be an exciting session with lots of key takeaways from our speakers. Let's start by introducing ourselves, name, country, agribusiness, and what we want to get from this insightful session for today. Let's keep it coming, guys. Thank you, Samuel. I can see Mark from Spain, South Africa. Welcome, Mark. Working with Afroponics and Asha Casa on permaculture. Good to have you here, Mark. Let's keep it coming, guys. Hello, my name is Steve Kauza from Tanzania. Hi, Steve, welcome. Okay. Welcome, everyone. So let's keep it coming. Let's do a round of pulse check as well. So let's know how you're feeling today with an emoji. How are you feeling over there? From where you're chatting us from, let us know how your day is going. For our Nigerian folks, we know that there's an ongoing protest, so I hope it does not affect our event for today, but let us see how it's going. Hope it has been a peaceful protest so far. For our colleagues from other parts of the world, let us know how your day is going. Let us know how we can engage with you today. Let's keep it coming, guys. Welcome, Tariq from Morocco. Welcome, Godfrey. Yeah, I can see Anasha is smiling. Great to have you here, Anasha. Dombe from Zambia. Let's know how your day is going with an emoji. Welcome, Sylvester. Okay, having done that, let's move to the next line of item on the agenda. So we also have to like to know our audience for today by taking a quick poll. So I will launch the poll now to know our audience for today, and let us see where we have more of our audience for today. Let me know if the poll is up so we can answer a few questions and end the poll. So if it's up, I want to know what region in Africa are you joining us from? Are you joining us from Central Africa, from East Africa, from North Africa, from Southern Africa, from West Africa, outside of Africa, let us know by answering the simple poll up on your screen. Also, are you a member of the AFC Hub? Before I continue, let me know if the poll is up on your hand. Okay, yeah, I can see it's up now. So let us know what our audience is for today. Where are you joining us from? Are you a member of the AFC Hub? This is a member focused in virtual events, but it's also open to potential members who are looking to gain insight and also to leverage information in the agri-food space. Then we also want to know which of these applies to you. Do you own an agri-business? Are you working in an agri-food space, or you're looking to start? Are you a potential agri-business owner? Let us know. Then what are your expectations for attending this first Thursday? Do you want to learn more about AFC? Do you want to discover new opportunities? Do you want to gain more insights? Which of these also best describe your agribusiness? Are you in the ideation stage? Are you in the startup stage? Are you in the growth stage? So let us know. Let's give a few minutes for us to answer the poll before I end it. Let's keep it coming, guys. Thank you so much for everyone. Thank you. Welcome, Patricia from Ghana. Welcome, Tishidi Monkey from South Africa. Let us keep it coming, guys. Welcome to today's session. Let's give a minute to fill the poll, then I will hand it from my own hand and also share the result with everyone. Let's keep it coming, guys. Okay, so from our report for this poll, we have more of our entrepreneurs for today from East Africa and West Africa. Then a lot of us are members of the community. This is very nice. So for the potential members, hopefully you join the community from today's session. I mean, most of us here are here to discover new opportunities, great network, yes, and most of us are in the startup stage. So having known this, we will move to today's session fully. And before I start, I would like to talk about, to our folks who are here to know about AFC, I would like to talk about African Food Chain Makers. And at African Food Chain Makers, we are a non-profit organization to most of us, as you already know, and we believe that the food ecosystem is being captured by most of our entrepreneurs, and we believe that these small and medium-sized enterprises are the lifeblood of the food ecosystem. These entrepreneurs are driven by visionary, dynamic, and innovative entrepreneurs. And what we do at AFC is to help them scale. So we know that these entrepreneurs are faced with the devastating impact of climate change, global and local risks, and also I'm looking to to adapt to micro challenges. So at AFC, we help entrepreneurs to scale through our hub. We enable Africans to start and scale resilient and sustainable agribusiness that nourish Africa and the world. So how do we do this? We do this by having a community of chain makers. We also offer data and opportunities to them. We create visibility and recognition for them, and we also give them learnings and trainings. So at AFC, our mission is to enable African entrepreneurs to start and scale resilient and sustainable agribusinesses that feed Africa and the world by providing trainings, funding opportunity, exposure, training linkages, and fostering a vibrant community of change makers. We also have a long-term vision of having a million successful and sustainable African entrepreneurs that are transforming the food ecosystem and are being recognized and respected globally. So we'll move to the opportunities for you. Like I said earlier, AFC is focused on leveraging support system and also sharing opportunities and entrepreneurs. So I would like to talk about a few opportunities we have for you in this call. First is the funding opportunity. So there's a call for proposal for the IFAD Grant Agri Connect. This is a call for proposal to select a recipient or consortium of recipients to receive the IFAD grant financing to implement the project Agri Connect. So this is a funding opportunity for entrepreneurs in Africa. It's open to all countries and the deadline 10th of August. Another one is the post-harvest loss price innovation, which is also open to all countries and is a funding grant which has a deadline of 14th of August. We move over to the capacity building opportunity. We have several capacity building opportunity for entrepreneurs. You can always click on the website www.afchub.org/funding to look out more for all opportunities we have on our hub. We have the Climate Adaptation Innovation Accelerator Program open to all countries and the training program. We also have the African Agri-Food Development Program that is also open to African countries, and its deadline is for 5th of August. Aside from capacity building and financial support, we also share event opportunities where our entrepreneurs can network with each other. And first of all, we have the African Farm Tech Expo. This is open to tech experts and tech innovators in the agri-food space. And it's an event that is taking place in Kenya from the 1st of August to 3rd of August, which is starting today. We also have the International Conference on Food Safety and Health taking place is a virtual conference taking place from the 5th of August to 6th of August. We have the Paper and Tissue Africa International Trade Show taking place in Kenya as well, and from 8th of August to 10th of August. Then in terms of training and workshop, we have the monitoring and evaluation of food and nutrition security programs. We all know the impact of climate change and also the impact of food security and what we need to learn more about food security and how we can adapt to that. This program is by the Fine Results Research Institute, and we also have the Agro Entrepreneurship and Market Facilitation, same by the Fine Research Institute. So for entrepreneurs willing to learn more and to leverage the opportunities we have, you can always log into our website and connect with other entrepreneurs and share other resources to other entrepreneurs as well. So we move to the discussion for today. Like I said, we have lots of innovative and industry experts in the building that is going to give us some insight into the topic, innovations shaping the future of agri-food in Africa. So I would like to welcome the speakers we have for today, and I will start by giving the floor to the first speaker. I will read out a bio. Today we have the first speaker, Tenemba Anna Samake, Executive Director for MBC Africa. Tenemba Anna Samake has nearly 3 decades of experience in business development and SME financing. She has worked in microfinance bank and impact investment in West Africa. Tenembe believes that rural entrepreneurship is the solution to creating jobs for African youths, reducing food insecurity, and alleviating poverty on the continent. Tenembe is the Executive Director of MBC Africa, a model of an enabling environment that aims to improve SMEs in Africa agribusiness by integrating business services. They need to go on one platform. MBC Africa's role is to identify, nurture, and develop a critical mass of viable, growth-oriented agribusiness as a pipeline for sustainable and impactful investment in selected African economies. She has co-founded She Equity Business Accelerator Program linked to She Equity Fund, an investment vehicle for woman-owned and led businesses in Africa. She has also developed an extensive network of partners that support micro, small, and medium enterprises in accessing financing through product development, funding scheme, and network building. Tenembe is a founding member of the Impact Investment Ghana. Tenembe Anna Samake holds an MBA from Quebec University in Montreal and has a master's degree in private law from the National Administration School of Mali. Tenembe speaks French, English, and is also fluent and understands Spanish. Thank you so much. And I would like to confirm if Tenembe is on the call so she can take the floor and give us a presentation.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm really happy to be here today and to talk about innovation, which for me is very critical for the future of our continent. So let me share with you something that we have been working on and is the result of our innovation work. If you permit. Do you see my screen? Do you see my screen?
Yes, your screen is up.
Okay, fantastic. So MBC Africa, in fact, how we work, we are organized ourselves as an ecosystem that provides 4 critical support services to agripreneurs or MSMEs on agricultural value chain. One, with support in business development, which means that we can help you set up team, build strategies, markets, so on and so forth. Number 2, we support with market intelligence services. Number 3, we support with access to, let's say, technologies that is best adapted to your business or innovations. And innovation is really part of our DNA since the beginning. And in fine, access to finance. And we realized when we started in 2012 that there were 2 areas that we could innovate and be impactful. Area 1 is the access to finance, because we were concentrating on very early stage and early stage businesses. When you compare to the available funding in our West Africa, for example, there's not a lot of financing available for innovation, startups, and very early stage businesses. So since 2012, I've been scratching my head. How do we solve that? Because you see, the narrative about the family, friends, and fools is really difficult to adapt in our environment. Because if you're from a poor area somewhere in rural, I don't know, in Tamale in the north of Ghana, and you're poor, your friends are poor, your family is poor, so who's gonna support you to start? So the idea that we should be innovating in financial inclusion to bring in a solution. Second area, which is linked to the first one, you need specific types of business development services, support services. Again, you're poor, your family's poor, your friends are poor. How do you pay those fancy consultants that we have around to help you build a strategy and so on and so forth? Again, we came up with a model that's all included in this one, the 2, meaning affordable support services and financing for early stage and rural enterprises. And we called it Susu for Business. Some of you from Ghana know what Susu means. I think it's the same word in Nigeria. In French area, we will call it tontine. But this is a specific one. And it's a pure innovation because it doesn't look like our traditional Susu that we did with our moms or our grandmothers. It has been tweaked to serve the purpose it was set up for. Provide both financial services and business development services that are affordable for its members because it is organized as a cooperative. So 2 things, the problems, when you start your business, and I compare the MSMEs with the rural enterprises because it's the same problem. Accessing to finance is difficult because most of the financial intermediaries around you do not have adapted financing for you, 1. Secondly, they are so far. If you're in, as I come again, you're in a rural area, you need financing for your startup. Who are you going to talk to? You have to go like 100 kilometers to find the first bank to start talking to. Hell. Secondly, even when you have that bank, they will come up with those fancy words, KYC, know your customer. So I promise you, the first time I saw the bank book they made me fill just to open an account, I was like, are you sure you need all this information on me? I mean, I have all the information on my bio card. I mean, you can get everything there, but no, it's a book. And most of the time, if you don't give them the information they expect, there's a great chance you won't get any financing. Third, where, as I said before, everybody's poor in my environment. So low income levels. So you can't really save. So again, it's a no ending cycle. So, okay. So we said we're going to build one single platform. And this one is digital, and we're integrating now everything. As I speak, we're setting up a team to integrate all of, because we have the KYC platform, we have the market access to market platform, and we have the business development service providers that are also available that we've been training since 2014. Now we want all of that to be on one platform. So if you're a farmer, you're an MSME, and you're part of a Sobeys cooperative, there's a great chance you have a KYC that we have set up for you, and that is available online to any of the financial institutions we work with, or any financial institution you want to introduce it to. Because you're in a rural area, you might not have access to the banks, but we make it your cash accessible to you if you need it. We have physical cash points that we set up with a franchise model. We have business development assistants that provides capacity building in different management areas. And these are locally selected young managers that we've been training, as I said, since 2014. We started it as a fellowship program in Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. Now we're going to bring it to also Mali, Burkina, Niger, and if all goes well, in Nigeria. So these are people that are selected locally with specific profiles to be able to provide you with affordable finance, capacity building and services. And we have a digital marketplace and a value addition model for cottage industry that was asked by some of our big and more mature companies. And they're also part of the cooperative, but their needs are rather towards export or setting up cottage industries. So we worked on a model that we're implementing now in the north of Ghana. So this is where we have been innovating. So we had to innovate because of a vacuum, or what is available is not enough in terms of financial service, financing, innovation, startup on a sustainable manner, and even the access to market. We set up as a specific company, trade company for that, so it is really accessible for our businesses that are members of Sobeys. So if you're a member of Sobeys, you have access to the MBC Africa network. That is MBC Africa itself, MBC Ghana, MBC Mali. So you have access to it in English or French. Wherever you are, we can support you. And then you're part of a cooperative where we provide you inside the cooperative specific services. So the next stage financing, we're preparing you for that, in fact. And we have a network of impact investors around that will be there. Most of them will follow you since you start. That's what is happening in our Women Accelerator program. We have businesses that are being followed by impact investors that are interested. They follow the stage until they're ready to put money in. So this is how it looks like. So this is the one that is implemented right now in Ghana. So we're going to, by end of the year, I think it should be 12 cooperatives in 4 regions, I think. So it is structured in a manner that you have access to financing because you're part of a group. And then being part of a group gives you more power in raising subsequent financing and trickling it down to you all the way anywhere in any rural area, or you being a startup or early stage. These funding, it will be accessible to you because you're part of a strong group. So just to say that to the young people, when we talk about innovation, innovation is not only tech or even, let's say, food innovation for the sector. All this participate to this, because when we were doing that, we set up the BDAs, and the BDAs are also potential human resources for the businesses, because some of these businesses have difficulties to recruit. So what we do, if you agree with it, we implement that person into your company, and we build the person in the job that you want the persons to be, until the person is really, really efficient. And then probably the impact is he's bringing on board is making you raise your sales increase, and then you're able to pay the person. We've been doing that since 2014. It's not very easy, but it has been very effective. I can say that 25 to 35% of the people we call them embedded managers, were recruited by the businesses at the end. And maybe 60% of these young people started their own companies. So it was very effective. And I think that, that this is where we are very good at. We look at the issues around us and we effectively tackle them through innovation. And we always look for collaborators to innovate together, whether it's universities, colleges, and other partners in the ecosystem. So this is something I wanted to share, just to make sure that people understand that we all need to innovate where we are to find effective solutions to a systemic problem that we have, because this is systemic. It's not just one or few MSMEs. Most of the MSMEs have difficulties to access to proper type of finance. Yeah, we have to be, and access to the right support services they need in an affordable and a sustainable way. So that's what I wanted to share. I hope that we can have a discussion about that today.
Thank you so much, Anna. Shared quite a lot of insights. Sharing towards the financing for agribusinesses in Ghana. And hopefully there are a lot of questions that will come up from that. But before we go into the question and answer session, let's have the second speaker, Aishata, also give us our own presentation. Thank you for sharing that, Anna.
Welcome.
So I'll quickly give the brief bio for our second speaker. Aishata Guerrero, founder of Amai Bliss Foods and Edible Oils. So Aishata Guerrero is the visionary founder and director of Amai Bliss Food and Edible Oil, an emerging edible oil refinery company established in 2023 in Lusaka, Zambia. With a strong commitment to sustainability and community empowerment, Amai Bliss Food collaborates with local soybean farmers, recognizing their vital role in the food value chain from soil preparation to seed cultivation and harvesting. This partnership not only enhances the quality of their products, but also fosters economic growth within the community. Aishata's dedication to agribusiness has garnered significant recognition. In 2023. She was honored with the Kuzagua Women in Agribusiness Award in the category of New Business, celebrating an innovative approach and leadership in the sector. In addition to her entrepreneurial achievements, Aishata is a sought-after speaker and an advocate for agribusiness development. She participated in the 2024 FAO Private Sector Dialogue in Ghana, where she addressed the pressing issue of breaking trade barriers in agribusiness with the framework of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFTA. Through her work at Amai Bliss Food, Aishata Guerrero is not only transforming the edible oils market, but also inspiring a new generation of agribusiness leaders committed to sustainable practices and community upliftment. Our vision is to create a thriving agricultural ecosystem that benefits both producers and consumers alike. Welcome, Aishata, and over to you to give us a presentation.
All right. Thank you so very much. Good afternoon, Africa. Good afternoon, African food change makers. How are you? Greetings from Zambia. And Thank you for this opportunity to speak. Unfortunately, I didn't come with my presentation because I'm using my phone to connect. In Zambia, we're currently experiencing quite a huge challenge. We have a challenge of load shedding. So I will share my presentation talk with the team on email. So to start, I'm glad to join and speak on the African Food Changemakers platform. So basically, as we speak on innovation as agri-food business entrepreneurs, it is quite notable that we cannot ignore the fact that our food systems are changing and our lives are evolving. So then that leads us to rethink our food systems in Africa, from cultivation to processing. I think for me, I always look at cultivation and processing to be interlinked, because as a food processor myself, we start from the basic end, the low end, which is cultivation. So really, how do we then improve on that, and how do we innovate? So I think that's where our sustainability and innovation starts from. It starts from us innovating, looking at what are the most available technologies that can help us improve on our agriculture sustainability, and also how are we going to improve our food systems. So I will highlight about maybe 3 to 4 points that maybe we can adopt as food change makers. And I believe innovation is at the heart of it, which is quite fundamental to supporting family farmers, revitalizing rural areas, creating job opportunities for the youth, and for future prosperity. So I'll look more on investing more in our own food system innovation by raising awareness on the role of innovation plays in unlocking the potential for achieving sustainable food agriculture, accelerating business support by unlocking the full African food business potential by hinging on success and putting in place drivers and processes that actually that are standardized in Africa. Really, our question now is, do we have a standard for our food systems? What, if so, what is that standard? What does it look like? What does it speak to? Are we able to then compete favorably on the global markets? So our innovations as African food change makers should start from our process standards. Do we meet those global standards? And in as much as we want to grow our businesses, how are we accelerating our business growth? Are we supporting our business growth by the integration of new and innovative agribusiness ideas, such as maybe the use of AI, and always seeking for support and mentorship, especially around agribusiness and what innovations are available. So lastly, and not the least, agribusinesses cuts across all dimensions of food production cycle along the entire value chain, from crops to livestock farming. So as agribusinesses, I feel we have a core, and our call to action is really, we need to sow seeds of transformation. This calls for an holistic approach where all stakeholders are involved and committing to support and implementing coordinated action. Like I will give an example here in Zambia as medium and small scale businesses. I think we try by all means to work with the community, as well as, because I think we all realize that the money comes from the community, and our innovations then should start from there. how are we ensuring that this is successful? By bringing all stakeholders together, such as policymakers and other partners, such as suppliers of seed, and also agricultural support systems, to ensure that all essential yields, needs are met in good time and in place. So really creating an agribusiness system that will speak to, that's speaking to already changing our food systems and rethinking our innovations is already a call to action. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you for that presentation. And I like the fact that both speakers focused on innovations that are transforming the African food space. And Samake made emphasis with the program that is currently happening in Ghana. And Aisha spoke about the one happening in Zambia. So I would leave the floor open for questions from our audience. I know a lot of entrepreneurs on this call have one question or the other to ask our speakers. So I'll leave the floor open for question and answer now. If you have questions and answer, kindly signify, you can raise up your hand or drop your question in the chat box so I can go through the chat box and know which of our questions to ask the speakers. Thank you. My name is Christian Paul. Okay. Okay, so I think I can find one question, and I think this is addressed to the first speaker. He said he spoke about a program. Program is for, good afternoon, ma. For Nigeria, when is the program planned to be kicking up? As you mentioned, this has not started in Nigeria. From Wahid Mohammed. Wahid Mohammed, can you specify what particular program you're referring to? And I think it's addressed to Tamake. Yeah, I remember clearly you spoke about a program initiative happening in Ghana. And is it open to Nigerian as well?
So it will come to Nigeria because we're going to implement a program that is funded by, I think it's AFDB. And we are targeting Nigeria. And we're clearly will have a program that will be linked to the SUBIs that I just demonstrated. So it's going to be like in 3 countries. I think it's Nigeria, Mali, and Ghana. So Nigeria will have it. You know, we do have businesses in Nigeria. What we did before is that we send our BDAs from Ghana to Nigeria, which can be very expensive. So if we can have a pool of BDAs, for example, in Nigeria, it would be great. So clearly expect us.
All right, thank you so much, Tamake. So hopefully we'll have the program implemented in Nigeria very soon. And another question from Patricia Farigo. Is it only members of the group that can be funded financially? So I think it's a follow-up question to that.
Okay, so you have, there are 3, access to finance, you have 3 folds. The first one is being part of the entrepreneur cooperative, which is the SUBIs, gives you access to a certain level. Those who are women will also have access to our women fund. And those who are not women will still have access to a pool of funders that we have around us. But clearly you have to be member of SUBI's cooperative to access to all these supporting services. That's the basic of the approach. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Anna. So membership is also important. Belong to a member of a group of entrepreneurs or a group of cooperative as well. Another question, also, please, can you talk more about the possible processes in the value chain where beginners can start from? think that's from David email.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is addressed to.
So basically, the value chain is so large, right? So when you talk about agribusiness, people think about agriculture, you know, the production. But before the production, you have agribusinesses. You have people who provide services to the producers, right? All that is agribusiness. Then you have the production. Then you have the processing. That is also an agribusiness. You have those who trade. They don't process, they just trade. So commodities trade is agribusiness. Providing services, warehousing, logistics, all that are agribusinesses. And now you have agtech, people who provide technology solution to challenges of the actors on the agriculture value chain. So when you look value chain, you have so much, but most of the value, to tell you the truth, sits on the trade or the processing. If you take like, let's say a tomato production, maybe the tomato producer will get like 20% of the value. The person who trades will get a little bit more, but the person who processes will get even more. So depending on your skills, if you're not a producer, you're not a farmer, you don't want to farm or anything, you can look at these other actors in the value chains to choose. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for that response. I see ants and Mary flavors and hope. Let's have your question. I would like you to unmute and speak.
Well, good evening to everyone. Hope you're well, and it's my pleasure to be here with you. This is Henry on behalf of Hassan Man Feverish Bakery. It's nice to be here with you. Hi. I have had a great information and conversation since I joined. I have been late, but since I'm here, I joined. I made it. I heard you mentioning about how to empower, change it's as a group, because I'm on a group, Africa Food Change Maker. And I see it's a good opportunity because we do coordinate and get to be updated according to how we process and globally with the market price. Here I have seen many questions or many notes aside, and I would like to ask according, because we're in different countries. I believe we are not in the same country because I'm in Uganda, others are in Nigeria, others are in Kenya. Well, it's a good network and connection. My question would be, I heard some people asking how like people can be funded. And Madam is it Semeka?
Samaki.
Yeah, Samaki.
It means elephant, by the way.
Oh, that's good. I'd say I think you mentioned it, or you replied it very well, that you have to be a member in a group. And I think since we are here and many of them are yearning to be in a group and find such a view opportunities, if able, in belief, to give them a reply of what's made for someone to become a member or in partnership with, like fully partnership, not. And another thing, I want a group to think about, leave alone becoming a partner of one or two or a group or a company, and you only like feel like you'll be funded, I think it's much opportunities, even though not funded, but when you're in connection, like you talk, you communicate, you advise, and what have you. Yeah, so let's not just take this thing of partnership and get funded, but we also think about winding up our networks. Yeah.
I agree. I agree, because your number one source of investment, of course, it's yourself.
Yeah.
But after yourself, it's your sales, right? If your product and service is good, the more you sell, the more you get cash flow into your company, the more you become interesting for investors, because that's the first thing they will look at. How relevant are you in the market before they give you their monies? After that, that being said, if the model that we are putting in front, that means you have to start, we can support you to start the model in your country. I have a colleague from Uganda, by the way, here in Ghana. He has expressed, for example, his willingness to start a MBC Uganda, just to put down the model there, because he's working with us, so he knows how it works. So ideally, we can guide you to start the model in your country, like we will be doing in Nigeria and probably in Uganda. And at some point, we meet at the top as an African, in a Pan-African organization, which gives us even more power. Not only country, then all the country apex together up there, it gives us extra power. Meaning, if anybody wants to work with majority of the actors that count in agribusiness in Africa, should be working with African food change makers and our organization on the top. If you really want impact, instant impact means you put money up there, it will be trickled down all the way to the rural area, somewhere in Zambia, Tanzania, Nigeria, you name it. That is something that we can have as the next steps, and making things work for us, because that's what I always say. How do we make things work for us? Alone, you are nothing. Together, we're everything, because we will probably be the best partner an impact investor in agriculture will have, or agribusiness funder will have. Even those who are looking at the SDGs will probably be great partners, because a big chunk of the businesses that work in the space are linked somehow to farmers, smallholder farmers. So that's I think one of the businesses we invested in Kenya, she produces organic fertilizer. She already has like 13 million farmers. Can you imagine the impact of she equity funding in one business impacting 13 million people? So I think we have really a lot of value to put out there. It's how we structure ourselves to make this happen. I think it's totally possible.
Thank you so much, Anna. And I remember you mentioned, you talked about technology, and this question.
Yeah.
This next question speaks to that as well. It's from Mukuka. Thanks for the insightful presentation, Anna. I love the fact that your model has been adapted for rural, micro, and small businesses. One of the challenges that we at times face in Zambia is low digital literacy and overall literacy. Have you found that having the BDAs help tackle this? How do you ensure that the BDAs and the businesses are a good match?
So it starts at the selection of the BDAs. So we have a specific profiles we are looking for. Of course, we are looking for profiles in agric that can provide, agronomy advisory. we call them, we can even call them agribusiness advisors. So you have the agronomy side, but you also have the business side, because we want the farmers to see themselves as businesses. So you have people with finance, technology, marketing. These are the basic profiles we look for. And when we select them, we train them. It's a 6 months training. It's a 6 months training where they are effectively placed where they should be providing the advisory with the coaches behind. So that is one thing. The second thing is, if a specific farmer or rural enterprise needs some form of expertise, we can provide that expertise through our SUBIS model, right? Because it's all about who pays the money, who pays the fees, who pays the services. So technology helps us resolve a lot of these things, because even if they can't be on the ground, through the tablets, because we give each of the BDA a tablet, through the tablet, they can resolve some of the things without having to, to go there. We're even looking at some e-advisory, agribusiness advisory, meaning we're going to test an application which will help us to test your soil and see some of the few problems in you, depending on the crop you're on. So technology is going to be very helpful, especially for big countries like Uganda, or you don't have a lot of, not Uganda, you have a big population, but you have countries like Zambia, a big country, but not a lot of people. So how we can solve some of these problems, we can use technology and the BDAs for that.
All right, thank you. I can see a question from Tariq Gagwili, but I'm not too sure I got the question right. I think I have a small business company of lads in Morocco. Is it possible to open my second company in Nigeria? So I am not too sure I understand the context of your question. Most likely.
I mean, that's her choice. If you want to start in Nigeria, but you will need a lot of advisory to choose how to start.
Yeah.
Because it's another country, it's another environment, it's another cultural environment, which entrepreneurial culture, which is very important. Some things, I'm from Mali, for example, I can have the greatest deal with just a handshake, but that's not everywhere. Even today, they're in some of the environment, I go with these old men, we just shake hands, we just made the deal. It's as safe, as good as signing the paper, even today. So depending on where you're going, just have a good, do a good diagnostic, know the environment, the competition. A country like Nigeria, I don't know anything that Nigerians can't do. So if you're sure that you will bring more value than the Nigerian companies that are probably doing the same thing, yes. Or you find the right partner to partner with and to enter the Nigerian market. There are many ways of doing this, but you really have to do some research before you do that.
Yeah. I agree with that as well. Different culture, different environment.
Yes.
Research is first. Another one from, I think Donatus is trying to ask how he can join the cooperative. Thank you for your presentation. I'm a veterinarian with veterinary business. How can I join the cooperative? I am from Nigeria. So probably...
You're in Nigeria. Okay. So you have to stay in contact with me. So I will link you to the person that will be the lead in the program that I talked to you about. That's going to start probably in a month. So I would just give her your contact and give her contacts to you. So she will keep you informed. And we're probably going to work with 2 other Nigerian businesses. One with, it's a fintech company. And the second one is a marketplace also, really from Nigeria. Because Nigeria itself, it's its own market. It's huge. So when I go to Nigeria, I'm not even looking at going elsewhere from there. I just gonna go there and make everything available to them because it's a huge and profitable market. whatever happens to the Naira in relation to that's not my thing, because I think that Nigeria has everything to build from within. So I just want to be there.
Thank you so much. So Donatus, you can always reach out to the membership team and we can facilitate
Yes,
the production
also.
and
Yes.
share with you.
Yes.
So I see
Yes.
Anasha Maleko and is also up. You can ask your question. Can you unmute and ask your question?
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you. I'm calling from Tanzania. I'm in the Central Dodoma. I started my business slowly, and where I'm going, I want to add value in sunflower oil. Instead of having the chemical processed the sunflower oil, I want to make a virgin sunflower oil. But to do that, I've already started, growing sunflower on my own. And then I want to extend it to farmers. They do grow sunflower, but they are growing it in a very traditional way. They are not using technology to a proper, agronomic practices. They are just broadcasting the seeds. And all that I want is to use technology again to support them to grow, the crop professionally, that they should follow the good agronomic practices. Then I should source the sunflower seeds from them for the processing. Now I'm very interested with your model. So I just want to get connected with you. Then we can start that, training advisory to farmers so that they can use that model, If we want to get something very quality, you need to start from the farm. You start with the soil health and all that. If you want a very good virgin sunflower oil, then we start from the soil. I need to advise them. Sometimes farmers to change it takes time. So I want to go with them gradually. Yeah, to someone like me, to someone like me, it's okay. I can adopt the technologies because I've been to school. I know the importance of technology. When you go to indigenous farmers, until they see, they won't change. So,
I call it the St. Thomas syndrome. Unless they see, they won't. I tried the sunflower back home. They didn't pick up on it. I just let it go, and they explained to me. And I will tell you what they told me between you and me before we even go into the farming practices and all. So the question from them is that this oil, who are you going to make it for?
Yes, I have the market.
No,
domestical.
Let me
for
finish.
you. Okay.
Who are you going to do this for? I was doing it for one of my friends that has an oil processing company. And the second question was, do you really know this thing? What if it destroys my soil? I've never seen this before. So so I understand where you're coming from. Happy to join and see how we customize the model to your needs and to your farmers. Yes, no problem.
Okay. So then we can catch up after here.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Maleko. So, Moshe Farah from Ghana wants to be a part of the AFC community. Definitely, I will share more insight on how you can join the AFC community shortly. And we also have Simbo Gile from South Africa. I think she has a similar questions to Maleko, who just spoke. They do a lot of trainings of youth and women in production of mushroom, and she's looking to connect and collaborate with you, Temambe. So probably we'll share your contact with her later. I would like to go through some other questions, but if anyone is here to speak or ask a question, you can raise up your hand so we can unmute you and ask your question. We'll just take 2 other questions for now. Okay, Olusoji Obasinlo, Obanisola, please, you can unmute and speak.
Good afternoon, House. Good afternoon.
Good
Thank
afternoon.
you for your message, for enlightening us. We appreciate that. Please, I just want you to, I'm into crop production, processing, and at the same time, I still package. So, but we have some issue here in Nigeria, a capital issue. So if you can connect us, so if you can connect us with the people that can fund us, although you will see our products, maybe the farm and our as well, and our products. If you see all those things, if you can advise us and in many form that you can call as kind of help, our organization will appreciate that. I'm the CEO of It's Oba Agri Merchant Venture. So we are located at the State in Nigeria. So if you can share your contact with us, so we can communicate better with you. That's why I raise up my hand. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. So you just go through AFC, yeah? They will do that very, very well. That's why they're here. So all the people that want to be linked to us, you go through AFC and they will do that gladly. Okay, don't worry about that. And then we'll take it from there, because like this, I cannot take everybody's number, everybody's and that is why we're working in the group AFC. So just say it in the chat and they will take care of it. And I will get in contact with each and everyone and take it from there.
Thank you so much. I see Aishata already dropped the contact on the chat. But like we do, we will definitely share a recording of this session with our audience and also follow steps from the conversation. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Aisha. So we have a culture at AFC. We would like to have like a photo session with everyone before I move to the next section, because we know schedule might be busy. So before we drop off, let's just have this photo session. And I believe my colleague are ready to capture the pictures. Please let us turn our and for those kindly mute. So let's turn up our videos and take a picture so we can have our speakers. Okay, team members, let me know when you're ready to capture the picture. People like those asking how they can become members of AFC. So I would like to talk about the membership community. Can you give me a minute to turn up my slide? Okay. So like I made emphasis for those who joined in late, African Food Chain Makers is a membership hub where we give members in the food space an opportunity to scale their businesses. And talking about members, we deal with entrepreneurs from the agri-food value chain, from primary producers to food processors, to chefs, to food bloggers, to aggregators, and even logistic distributors as well. So at AFC, we have a community hub that is open to over 43 African countries, and we have over 4,000 members on the community as of today. And what we do as an organization is to provide access for these entrepreneurs to strengthen and scale their agri-businesses. We also prepare the agribusinesses to enter new African and global markets. We talked about the two speakers talked about having belonging to a community, belonging to a membership group, which is something we are keen on always doing at AFC. We refer our entrepreneurs to funding opportunities, to speaking opportunities, and exhibition opportunities. We also leverage visibility for our entrepreneurs. We try as much as possible to showcase our entrepreneurs' work, our entrepreneurs' innovations to the global audience. We have programs that are designated to increasing the capacity of our entrepreneurs, from programs on climate change, from the BRACE program to the fellowship program, Leading African Women in Food Fellowship, to the export program, the scaling export program, all targeted as making the entrepreneurs aware of the importance and information they need to scale their agribusinesses, and also leveraging these practices in the agribusinesses. We enhance the visibility and promote media engagement for our selected agribusinesses. We have what we call the membership IG Live, which is a 45 minutes interview session with our entrepreneurs to know about their challenges, share the opportunities, and also spotlight them on the global stage, which is the social media handle, Instagram. You can always tune into that and follow us on Instagram to know more about the Instagram live showcase and also participate in that. We also give access to our entrepreneurs via exclusive networking events, and we have a designated resource hub on our website where entrepreneurs can leverage information, can leverage links to opportunities, and also apply for those opportunities such as grant opportunities, funding opportunities, support opportunities, fellowships, accelerator programs, events, and other opportunities where you can partake and also benefit from. Having said that, I've talked about the benefit of becoming a member. I would like to also address how we can become a member and benefit from all what I've said. The first is for you to visit the hub. You visit the site www.afchub.org. You click on the join the community icon, and also alternatively, you can navigate to the drop down and click on the join the community. Once you've done that, you'll be taken to a designated page where you'll be required to answer some few questions about your agribusiness and your personal profile. Ensure that you click the submit button after you've answered each of the questions. And once you've done that, you will be temporarily able to access your membership dashboard temporarily, because you will not have all the access to the dashboard features because you are yet to be verified. So you might just navigate and complete your membership profile, because the questions will be asked while you are registering are just few questions about your company. But for you to be verified, you have to answer all the necessary questions on your dashboard. So we advise that you click on your dashboard and log in with the company email you used to register and the password you chose, and go to the settings bar and update all the necessary information you need to update. And once that has been done, you'll be notified from the admin end, and we'll review and confirm your registration. Upon confirmation, you will receive a confirmation email 28 to 48 hours after you signed up to be a member. And we have just 3 criteria necessary for you to be a member. One is that you should own or work as a top management for an agribusiness. Indirectly, it means that either you own an agribusiness or you work in the agribusiness space where you can make decisions for the company you work for. Also, the company you work for, the company you own, must be in existence for at least 6 months before you decided to sign up to become a member of the community. Lastly is the fact that you should have a social media presence. Why is not a mandatory option? It is necessary because we always want to create the visibility for entrepreneurs. We always want to show our entrepreneurs innovations to the global stage. We always want to increase the capacity of our entrepreneurs. And one way we do that, because we are a digital hub, we like to showcase our entrepreneurs. And one way we do that is to help our entrepreneurs promote their social media activities and also engage them socially, because we know the importance of the social media presence in the digital era. Having said that, one of the ways we also showcase our product is that we have a membership marketplace. Yes, a membership marketplace, because we like to showcase our members' products. And this has led to increased sales and increased connection with our members and potential buyers. So as a third party or as a site visitor, we have a designated page where you can go to and see our members' innovations, our members' products, and you can purchase either of our members' product or get direct access to their shop page as well, or connect with them to get the product you want. And as a member, you can do this from your dashboard, simple and easy. Just log into your membership dashboard, navigate to the marketplace, and upload any picture or product details you want to upload. Once you've done that, you click on the submit button and it will reflect from our own end, which we also approve for it to reflect on the AFC website end as well. So these are a few information we have for our entrepreneurs, our members, and for potential members or people on this call who are here to become a member of the community. We would like you to join the community and also benefit from all the necessary benefits and information we have for members. Additionally, we also call on our members to join the WhatsApp platform, to join the Telegram platform, to join the social media platform as well, because information are always flowing in that community day in, day out. So you don't miss out on any opportunity. And we look out for potential opportunities with our members. We have some ongoing discussions with the Vet for the World, which we have a way of partaking in this coming hunger event in September. So we will definitely share that important information with our entrepreneurs to also have our entrepreneurs participate in that program as well. Having said that, I would like to check the chat box to know our potential members, how many of us have signed up. So I'll be looking for people to sign up now. Click on the link shared on the group and become a member. So easy and fast. Thank you, and thank you for joining today's session. We look out for having you join the next edition in September, and we will share more details about that when we conclude on the preparational activities for that. So as we close today's edition, we would like you to stay connected with AFC and join our community of entrepreneurs from over 43 countries. Share your feedback on the ways we can improve and serve you better. We always have a membership mid-year and end-of-year feedback session, feedback survey, where we allow our members to share their feedback and thoughts on how we can always improve our services and also serve them better. You can follow us on our Facebook channel, on our social media pages, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram to enjoy our membership benefit and also network with other industry peers as well. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter to receive the latest opportunities in the agri-food industry, and also share your stories, share your achievements, because the newsletter is one way we spotlight our entrepreneurs. We have a designated slide for our entrepreneurs to showcase their news. If you received a funding opportunity recently, if you received any important information you want us to share with the external audience to promote your business and your activities, AFC is the right place to do so. And we would like to receive some activities that are doing in your agri-food space as well. Thank you everyone for joining this call, and I really appreciate everyone. See you in the next session. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.